The degree to which you are not needy is the degree to which you are attractive. Think about it. The less attached you are to outcome, the less attached you are to what other people think of you, the more attractive you are. The less resistance is in your energy field, and the more likely you are to attract love in your life. And if there's one thing that's going to block love from coming into your life, it is the energy of neediness. Anything you need, you vibrationally lack. And what a lot of people do is they go looking for their heart in someone else. They go looking for their sense of worthiness in somebody else, and then they end up chasing that. They end up looking for it, and because they're trying to make something that is not them, does that make sense? Trying to make something that is not them, it is infusing this resistance into reality. So the key to this is understanding the energy of non-neediness, how that will increase inside of your own body your sense of authenticity, of how you show up in the world, and how magnetic your energy will become once you let go of that. So in this video, I'm gonna show you step by step how to become aware of your neediness, how to let go from needing validation from anybody, and how to unroot the childhood pain, the childhood trauma, so that you can start being more magnetic than ever. You're gonna feel more free, you're gonna feel more authentic, and you're gonna feel less needy by the end of this video. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I want to share with you the biggest game changer that I have ever experienced in my life when it comes to my dating life and when it comes to my own energy in general. And that is understanding that anything you feel you need, you also vibrationally lack. Anything you need, you lack. And think about it. If you need money, it means you don't currently have it. If you need a relationship, then it means you're not currently whole and complete. And it means also you vibrationally are not in alignment with a relationship or being in a relationship. Our reality is a direct reflection of the vibration we are attuned to. And if we are attuned to needing, we are attuned to lacking. The key to this is first off being aware that the neediness itself is actually hurting you. We think that if we need something, if I could just control something, then I will allow that into my life. But that's not the way it works. When you start to realize that you needing somebody else to give you something, you needing somebody to give you validation, when you realize that that neediness is actually hurting you, that's one of the first steps to being able to make the change. You've thought in the past that maybe if I need somebody and I try to control it, then they'll give it to me. That's not the way it works. Think about it. Love is a natural dynamic. And anything we're trying to control, we are not making it natural and authentic. We're infusing resistance into the process. When I started to realize that my own behaviors in dating and in past relationships was in a way tied to childhood trauma or childhood pain, that was one of the first steps, and I realized it wasn't actually getting me the results. Now, the first thing you'll do when you realize that non-neediness is the key to attraction is you'll try to be not needy. You're gonna try to do something where what you do is you let go of being needy, which is a form of manipulation. You're trying to manipulate the situation to get what you want out of it. You're trying to manipulate so somebody feels like you're less needy. And the thing is anytime you have that type of energy, that's a form of manipulation. You don't want to do things for an end result. You want to do things because it's who you are. And you being not needy is about realizing that you are not attached. Now, a lot of this also has to do with your own sense of self-worth. I had a sense of self-worth. What happened was when I was a kid, had parents that were emotionally unavailable, and that was because they had their own stuff going on, and they also had emotionally unavailable parents. What happened is when they were emotionally unavailable, I then developed a belief system that said that I'm not whole and complete, I'm not worthy, there's something broken about me. If I could change myself, then maybe I would get that love that I seek. So what I would then do is I would then go and attract relationships to me that felt familiar. Realize this, many times you're gonna say, I have this very deep connection, or I don't feel a deep connection. What that may mean is you don't feel a familiar connection. We tend to attract people into our life that are reflecting back similar childhood dynamics. So if you felt like you needed love or you wanted your needs met as a kid, but they weren't met, what'll happen is you will try to find that in partners, and if they aren't like pulling away their love or emotionally unavailable, then what happens is then you may not be attracted to them. That's normally what happens. So in a way, until we deal with our own needy energy, we'll attract partners that don't actually choose us. And that's one of the main points of this thing too, is stop choosing people who don't choose you. And the way you do that is by choosing yourself. You choose yourself. You choose, what do I want? What is authentic for me? Many people change themselves. They'll be in relationships with people that it may not be authentic. They'll kind of bend like a pretzel to make somebody else happy, not realizing that they're not making themselves happy to begin with. They don't have a sense of boundaries. So the thing with codependency and neediness is realizing that when you start getting in your own frame, when you start filling up your own cup, that is when you start being really attractive. But you're doing it because it's who you are, not because of what it'll get you. I had to become aware that in childhood, I was feeling like I wasn't worthy, whole, and complete, and I would find people in my life that couldn't actually love me in the deep way because I didn't really love myself. I also realized I wasn't being emotionally available. So I was attracting emotionally unavailable people because I wasn't used to somebody actually loving me and appreciating me. Once I started going into this and I started realizing this dynamic, that's when everything changed. You have to first off become aware that what you think is working is not working. Trying to control is not the way to go. It's realizing that within you must first off be in the star of your own movie. You must realize that the degree to which you can hold your own frame in your own container is going to be the degree to which other people feel safe around that, to which it is authentic. So the main part of being needy is that it is based in a belief that you're not whole and complete already, and that comes from many times childhood trauma. It comes from some experience when you were a kid where your parents withdrew, dad cheated on mom, whatever, and then we said there's something broken. This happened because of me. It didn't happen because of you. The key to healing is being aware that that had nothing to do with you. Your parents' divorce had nothing to do with you. It was not because of you. In the same way, when we talk about that of your family, maybe somebody being emotionally unavailable, it wasn't because you weren't worthy. It had nothing to do with you. When I started realizing this, I then saw that even ex-girlfriends in my life, me and it not working out was not because I wasn't good enough. It had nothing to do with me. It just had to do with our own dynamics, me going deeper within myself. Doesn't mean we're not taking responsibility, but it means what we do is we begin to separate ourselves from internalizing a low sense of self-worth. Realizing this changes everything. So the key to this is letting go of believing that your parents' emotional unavailability had anything to do with you to where you weren't worthy. Stop internalizing it and realize that was their shit and not yours. The next step to this is bringing the awareness into your body. I have a free workshop on the frame technique. The frame technique is where you're able to put that energy inside of your body and you start realizing that you become way magnetic. You don't need from other people's frame. It works like magic. And one of the best things you can do to experience this is start to do meditation where you put the awareness inside of your body, and being in your body and in your frame are the same thing. Realize that as well. Being in your body and in your frame is the same thing, and that's where you develop magnetic energy. So when we talk about needy energy and codependency, it's rooted in the childhood trauma, and once we become aware of that, we can begin to reduce the shame. Shame is identity-based as well. Realize that. Anything that we feel shameful for, it says, I'm not worthy, I'm broken, there's something wrong with me. Guilt is action-based. Shame is identity-based. So when you begin to heal that and realize that your parents' stuff had more to do with them than you, your ex's stuff had more to do with it's the situation where it just didn't resonate. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy. It doesn't mean that, if they find somebody else that it means you're not worthy. That's not true at all. Now, one thing that we're going to be doing from July 1st to July 21st is we're going to be doing a 21-day magnetic love challenge. Now, this is a process that we will all go through together starting on July 1st. I'm gonna be doing live videos. If you can't make the lives, it's okay. What'll happen is there'll be pre-recordings that are put back into that of the 21-day challenge group, so you can watch anytime you want. And we're gonna be going through a process with homework at the end of each of these videos to wire in a more magnetic us and to let go of the love blocks we have, to let go of codependent patterns that may be within us, feelings of unworthiness, the childhood trauma that we may have, the masculine wound, the feminine wound. We're gonna be learning about masculine and feminine polarity, how to really balance this inside of yourself so that you become more magnetic than ever and you reduce those love blocks to actually attract love. So right now you can join this. The enrollment is open. Click the link below, join. I'm super excited. We're gonna be in 21 days more magnetic versions of us. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys are in, can you comment below, I'm in. Let me know if you joined, what you're excited about, and we're gonna go through this process together. If you want more info, you can also check the sales page to see what else is going on there. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace, much love, and namaste.